And today we are going to be talking about part two, that is a cue card question. Welcoming you all to the speaking session today.
Well, in my country, India has its own rich culture and its tradition, and there are quite a lot of things when it comes to traditional objects. For example, if we take the pottery utensils, those things are used were in ancient times, and also it is still being used in kitchen households till now. But in this occasion, I would like to talk about a lethal weapon, which was quite a popular and even hold a great standing in the books of ancient India and also in the religious tales. It's basically a sword, and we have this particular sword in my home, in my grandfather's home. It's an ancestral property, but it's not like the one which is you portrayed in the ancient times. It's like a small sword which is about 2 to 3 feet, and it's quite a handy one, and also doesn't have a pointy end. And I think the people used to make these type of particular swords in ancient times with the forging of two metals and the casting and metallurgical process. But I'm not really sure how these things are made. And I think I like this particular sword a lot because I took this particular sword to my school competition, fancy dress competition, where I dressed myself as a king. And once when I took the sword out of my hand, the crowd got really stunned by seeing this beauty, and I even won the first prize in this competition. I guess that kind of a happening or thing really may give an attraction towards this particular sword a lot. And there are quite a few other kind of items in my grandfather's home, but this particular object really has a great standing or a place in my heart till now.
So, as
Um,
always, when it comes to the lexical resource, grammar, you were up to the mark, no doubt about it. So, your thought flow and content can place. So, we would only request one thing: voice modulation. When you need to sound excited when you talk about, I also won the first place, then there is a bit of low voice, and then you start off again with a high pitch. That is intonation that we would request. Apart from that, everything is taken care of. So, all the very best.
Thank you, ma'am. So I need
You're
to,
welcome.
like some expression I need to speak.
Exactly. Stress on, certain words. When you said, I was able to, or I managed to win the first prize. So that stress pattern is what we are looking out for. Your
Okay.
examiners would look out for as well. So you
Okay.
could just focus on the stress pattern because there is a parameter called as pronunciation. This is a reminder to all the members as well. There is a parameter called as pronunciation where your examiners would expect you to modulate your voice, high and pitch stress pattern on some. So please take care of it because it carries 25 percentage of weightage.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
Zimbabwe is rich in tradition and culture. So today I'm going to talk about one of the traditional products in my country. I'm going to talk about beads. Um, we got different types of beads in my country, and they are also made of bones, shells, and seeds. So I visited once upon a time. I visited one of the tourists, and I saw them making those beads, and I actually fall in love with them at at the first sight. And these beads, they work differently. Some of them they are used for health reasons. Some of them they are used for fashion reasons, and they are painted in different colors that shows our national flag. And our national flag consists of 5 colors, that is red, black, white, yellow, and green.
You managed to speak for like 1 minute 15 seconds. So you have used one word, that is because, and your vocabulary were good. Talking about vibrant colors, defining it, what it is made of. You were very specific, and your lexical resource was up to the mark as well. So a little more content to add on. You will be an awesome speaker, dear.
India is diverse country and it has rich in its culture and tradition. Traditional products are different in different part of India. I'm from Punjab and here I would like to talk about a Punjabi traditional item. It is a Punjabi jutti. Basically, jutti is jutti is an Urdu word which stands for shoes, and it is made of conventionally it is made of threaded and embroidered by different eye-catching colored leather. Time when firstly I wore that jutti on my cousin's wedding. Apart from this, it has many many people wear it on their matching attires, and it is famous in all over Punjab, and Punjabi like it the very much to wear this. So firstly introduce the loyalty, and it is very look too beautiful and comfortable to wear. So this is the item, traditional item of Punjab.
You managed to speak for 2 minutes, 8 seconds. So we will work within the framework, all right? The time, we will take care of that as well. When it comes to your speaking, dear, you have been, your lexical resources, improving. We see that, words like conventionally, all of that. And you've tried to inculcate firstly sequence connectors too, but then that few phrases were repeated, so we will not repeat. And there is already this word called traditional item. See, instead of the word item, which is considered to be informal actually, and instead of repeating the word, we could be using words like artifacts, products, good, all of that. So let's have similar words. See, as soon as you start with part two questions, all right, have whatever words you feel that you're going to be repeating multiple times in your speaking, please find or have 2 or 3 words handy before you start speaking so that it's easy and we do not repeat on words. And because your content is good, you're trying to use a lot of conjunctions and sequence connectors, repetition will take the marks away. So let's not give away for it. All right? That's all I have for the day, Tia. So all the very best.
Well, when it comes to a traditional item, I would like to talk about a traditional attire called muslin. Basically, it's a sari, and it's a Bangladeshi attire, and obviously it's a traditional attire for the female persons. Uh, Conventionally, it came from Mughal period. At the previous time, Bangladesh was much wealthier in terms of clothes for Muslim shari. So it was made by insects, I suppose. As far as I have known from some articles, and it made by some efficient worker who can made it properly, because you need to if someone want to manufacture it, he need to much sufficient to make that type of nylon. And if I'm talking about when I saw this product at the first time, actually, I ordered a sari from an page, and it was a muslin, obviously, and it takes it set me back around 5,000 taka, and that time for the first time I had seen. Then. Although I heard about that type of items earlier, but earlier, and if I talk about its feature, then it's really thicker and wider. I would say someone can hold on his hand, like you don't need to you don't need to hold the whole attire. Actually, I blown out when I saw it for the first time. It was really mesmerizing for me, and I would like to purchase another one, because I feel really convenient, and I feel really comfortable with that attire, because as it's made of nylon, So someone can someone can't be sweat on a sunny weather.
We actually exceeded the time, probably at a 2 minutes mark. When it comes to speaking, initially you started off explaining really well, but then I don't know in between, although, but if all these words were used or mixed and matched, so all these words
Yeah.
cannot come in a single sentence, dear. So probably that's the only thing that I actually think. And once you used, that's a filler. So let's avoid that, dear.
Yeah, I'm
Apart from
trying.
that, yes, dear. And apart from that, lexical resource was okay. So words like mesmerizing, so all of that, background history that you had to give. So it was all okay. So you could add some more. So you're making an attempt to use conjunction. We would appreciate. So let us make sure whatever words we are going to be using are error free, dear. That's all.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear. So your thought flow, the content, and the sequencing was all okay. So we will have some connectors and conjunctions to add a lot of value to the speaking, dear.
Thank you.
Right. So when it comes to your speaking, dear, you have managed to use sequence connectors, firstly, finally, all of those. Because, but, however, hence, so we appreciate all of it with a lot of lexical resource. So what we would only request you to work on is, let's make sure we work within the time frame, dear. So we will, cut short a few things, minor points, so that we can manage to speak within the time slot, because your examiner would interrupt you in that case. That's the reason.
I'm going to talk about the clay pots from Zimbabwe. It's one of the traditional things that I came across with when I was at a very small age. So it is made of soil, and it is used for storage, cooking, even decorating. It was also used by the ngangas, or the traditional healers, back in the days, or even now they're still using it. The first time I saw it, I was so amazed, because the first time I tasted the food from it, it was so good that I couldn't even resist using it. Even either myself, I bought it for my own use. Even up to now, I'm still using it. I can say the way they make it is differently, because it depends with the culture. If you are Shona or if you're Ndebele, because of the different tribes, they make it differently. So you need to know when you are taught by your other elders how to make it. And myself, I would say I would keep it because of the way the food because of the way it makes food, and because
You're welcome, dear. What happened? You were going good. So, okay. So your content was good, actually. I was really interested to listen to it. So there was nice piece of info as well. So you were amazed, and you have used good lexical resource and connectors too that you managed. We could add some more lexical resource here. Instead of so good. So for the word good, we could have some similar words instead, which is being used, that is going to add a lot of value to your speaking. Like that is similar words when it comes to good. There are a lot of it. This is a superior one, a superior quality, virtuous, something satisfying. Advantage that it has over other. You requested to work on a bit on lexical resource. Otherwise, you sound very confident and good.
all right, thank you.
Well, I belong to Pakistan. That is traditionally and culturally a rich country. There are a lot of things that we have in our tradition and in culture that we use in our daily routines. But here I will speak about Kashmiri shawls. These are more probably known as scarves or stole in English. So these shawls that belong to Kashmir specifically are made of pure wool, and these are handmade by many housewives in the northern areas of Pakistan. These are all hand embroidered. That is specialty of it. For the first time, I saw those shawl in when I received it as a gift on my engagement from my in-laws, and it was such a beautiful shawl in skin color with hand embroidered in dark brown color. And as far as my liking is concerned, I would say that I am a person who actually loves every traditional and cultural item, and I love to collect these things. So it was really a marvelous gift for me. I just loved it, and yeah, I usually wear it when it is cold outside, and whenever I go outside or it is matching with any of my dresses, I usually wear it for 1 year, and I love the experience of it.
All right, dear. You managed to speak for 1 minute, 38 seconds. There was some, when it comes to you, you were good, let me tell you. So you knew everything about the product that you were talking about, right lexical resource that you used as well. There were some words or phrases that were repeated. So we will work on those words, like when you talk about hand embroidered, handmade, skin color, brown
Okay.
color. So we could, avoid repetition of words. So apart from that,
Okay.
let's have some more connectors and conjunctions here. That's all at the moment.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.